challenges are taking a toll on the mental well-being of our young people. Mental health is no longer simply a side issue. It is actually an issue that shapes how well young people transition into adulthood to reach their full potential. Scientists tell us actually that
Prince Harry and Prince William that truly reflect their mother, Princess Diana's legacy. If you've been following these royal stories, you know how committed they are to continuing Diana's work, especially in areas that are tough and often overlooked. Let's break it down, shall we? Dr. Tessy Ojo, CEO of the Diana Award, recently opened up about how Princess Diana went where the pain was, and now her sons are doing the same. During an event in New York City, Dr. Ojo praised the princes for how they've reshaped the conversation around mental health in the UK, especially through their work with Heads Together. Ojo's words really drive home how deeply committed both Harry and William are to tackling the stigma around mental health, just like their mom did. What do you think? Are they living up to Diana's legacy? We also saw Prince Harry at the Concordia Summit talking with young Diana Award recipients. He spoke about how young people give him hope, and honestly, it was clear that he's determined to keep his mother's values alive. Harry's heartfelt words were a powerful reminder that even though the royal family has its share of drama, the work Diana started isn't just a chapter of the past. It's still very much alive and well. Do you feel like Prince Harry is doing enough to honor his mother's legacy? And let's not forget Prince William. Both brothers have continued their mom's mission by supporting causes like the Halo Trust. Harry recently attended an event in New York dedicated to the trust, reminding us all of Diana's historic walk through a landmine field in Angola. Can you imagine the emotional weight of following in those footsteps? Harry even got choked up when talking about it. Clearly, this is more than just duty for him. It's personal. Do you think moments like these help the royals connect more with people? What do you think about Harry and William continuing their mother's work? Do you feel like they're on the right path? Or do you think there's more they could be doing? And how do you feel about Harry's focus on mental health and landmine clearance? Does it make you see him differently? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's chat about it. Remember, your voices are a big part of what we do here. So, what's your take on this? Are Diana's boys making her proud? Let me know below.
And the results of bad mental health, which has been created by this world that we've allowed to be created for you guys. But the negative impacts of mental health, how has that affected you personally, your peers, and how have you seen it affect broader society at the same time?
Scared children cannot dream, Prince Harry. Scared children, anxious young people cannot dream. We cannot aspire, we cannot achieve. And if you cannot dream, you cannot create. There's no creativity, and then that means no productivity. So my CEOs are sitting here, you're thinking about the top dollar, you're thinking about driving economies for the governments that are here. None of what you're doing, that you're working on, can mean anything later, can matter if we don't have a competent and capable generation for you to pass your torch on to. So I would even say that you don't need to be selfless to support young people. Even by being selfish and considering your own, I would say, your own concerns with your company or with your government, by supporting young people, alleviating the causes that drive mental health or mental issues among young people, you're actually fulfilling your own goals and the goals of the world.
CEOs aside, I'd like to talk to the politicians directly. I believe you also have the power, and you can aspire to amplify our voices, to provide us with, access to this education. And I think the Indonesian government has done a wonderful job, and I'd like to give them credit for that. But there's so much more that we can do, and once we realize that there are these problems that still exist, identify those and find solutions to those, that is how we can make the world a better place.
If I may just jump in, one of the things I know about the young people we work with, you guys, is despite this crisis, you guys are so resilient. You find strength from somewhere. Where do you find your strength from?
I believe I pull my strength from the possibility of better. Because if I sit and wait for change, and I don't try to agitate for change, they said that we have to try to be the change that we want to see in the world. I have to be an active agent. And when I look around and I see the young people like Kiara from Indonesia and the other Legacy Award recipients and Diana Award recipients, and I see young people across the world and maybe in this very room and watching online, as a collective, we're so fired up for change. And we continue to demand change because our lives and our livelihoods are at risk. It's literally survival for us. It's not just a fancy thing to put on my resume to apply to a great school. It's about if I don't fight for a better world, there will be no world for me and for my peers, and that's what drives me.
You're basically saying it's a life or death situation.
Indeed.
Wow. Kiara.
What drives me is that if we don't amplify their voices, nobody else will speak for them. There are people here that have no voices. There are people here living in this world, perhaps in this room, that have been silenced by certain entities in the world who have more power than them. We need to encourage these entities to live a life that's more than themselves, to live a life beyond their own short-termist goals and look into the future where people like us, our futures are not certain, with climate issues, with things like politics, with war, with all these issues, we are almost struggling in the status quo. And in the future, there's no guarantee that we'll have the same amount of comfort that we have right now. And so, again, speaking to what Christina said, it is sort of a survival, but also to ensure other people can survive in the future as well.
Look, both of you are on the stage here. You are recipients of the Diana Award as of March last year. Again, congratulations. How has being part of the Diana Award helped you in your own missions and helped you be listened to? Because I hope that it feels good to you guys that you have a room full here of people who are genuinely listening. You have cameras at the back. You have live stream, and people want to hear you. Do you feel as though you're being heard? Do your peers feel as though the leaders of today, both in politics and all of the decision makers, people in positions of power, do you believe that they're listening? And if they're not, how can they?
Let me start off by speaking to the Diana Award. It has definitely amplified my voice back home in Jamaica and in the Caribbean region. There are many platforms and entities that do believe in young people, but they believe that we are the future and primarily for the future. Wait your turn. But at the Diana Award, you believe also in the now, that if given the support, we can work now to ensure that we're helping to change the world. So through the Diana Award, my messaging is being amplified, and I'm able to, through mentorship, through funding and support, through opportunities, unique, may I state and stress, unique opportunities like sitting on this platform right now, I'm able to reach more persons and have my voice out there, get connections to help with the work that I do in Jamaica. In terms of if I'm being heard, I don't just want to be heard. So I won't use it as my marker, to be honest, Prince Harry. Am I being acted on? Things that I'm saying, is it being acted on? That is still a question mark. And so I'd hope that there are persons here listening to me and Kiara who feel inspired to not just listen and say, yes, those young people sounded really eloquent this morning, but they will act. We have to act now. Thank you.
Just before you go, Kiara, just do what Christine says. That's it. Act now. That's it.
Yes, so the Diana Award has been instrumental in not only our projects and our advocacy, but the 20 other Legacy Award recipients and beyond around the world, the recipients, but also as a source of inspiration to the people that have not technically earned the award, but they see this project and this group and this organization as an inspiration to be able to start to create that change. And what Christina said, I think I have to agree that you can listen to us, but we would really like you to act on what we say. Personally, with my project in Bantargabang, it is sort of a taboo political topic because these children are undocumented, and so they don't have access to the public school education, they don't have access to the services, to the free government, the free government access to clothing, to food, etc. And I think if we look beyond our day-to-day lives, listen to what they have to say and act on what they need, that is how we can really make a change. And to listen to us is not enough, to act on us would be even better.
Well said, Kiara. I think, again, it's not, and look, again, the two of you up here representing your entire generation at this point. But every single one of you has a passion project that you are focused on. But one of the reasons why I think that we are here today is because of mental health, right? And the fact that it affects every single one of us from top to bottom, from the youngest to the oldest. And I think you guys you're leading the charge in hopefully being able to break down the stigma, to be able to continue these conversations. But when you talk to this room and to the audience and say, act on what we're saying, it's not just from you guys, it's for the whole entire generation. Because so many people are looking for solutions, and the fact of the matter is, there are solutions to all of these issues. And I applaud you, certainly at your age, to be on this stage, to have the confidence that you do, and to be able to speak as clearly and as passionately as you do. And I know that my mum would be incredibly proud of you guys, not just you, but all of the award winners. And Tessy, you've been in this for a very long time, so thank you for that as well. But the way that you do it, your activism, your compassion, those two things are so true to how my mum led her life and what she believed in. And the way that you do it is incredible. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I think that really leads me to one of my thoughts. I think when we think about mental health, the reason we wanted to center the voices of young people is because you will see from these young people how innovative they are, how you bring new energy, fresh ideas. Mental health has been something that we've battled with as a world for years and years. And